Hey you guys, so I am obviously back in Norway with the sunset by the lake. There are people skiing and ice skating on the lake, which I am not doing. Not very much of a winter person, but it's so good to be back in nature. Um, and finally today having some daylight because for the travel back from Houston I was awake for 28 hours. That was long. And then I was sleeping for 16 and a half hours. Yeah, so it's been a couple of days without really seeing daylight, so it's been good today. I wanted to share something about creation and manifestation because what I love when I'm traveling is to have all of those meetings with other humans that you wouldn't get otherwise. Having those conversations with people, just random people from some corner of the world, at the airport, in a coffee shop, on the street. That really allows me to be in that observer mode, which I love being. Just like I am when I'm in nature, really, but different though. And reflecting a lot upon it. And also, seeing everyone at the festival, where I was in Houston, and also a lot of what I've been learning really in my own life moving towards this journey. Because the last couple of months before going to Houston, I've had a really challenging time personally in my life. There's been big shifts and a lot to process. And I have found myself in a lot of resistance to that. And I've really been observing myself throughout the whole process, learning to both process my own things at the same time as I keep focusing on what I want to create in my life. And what I really observed in myself and also in others on this journey is how much we tend to try to create and manifest something out of lack. We look for where something is lacking in our life, and then we create from that, rather than, even though we are finding ourselves in and feeling a lot of lack, trying to connect to that feeling of joy, that feeling of this is actually I love doing this. This feels amazing. This is what I want to have in my life. This exact feeling, doing this work. And for me, this work that I'm doing is something I absolutely love, and I'm looking forward to just expand in doing this. So for me, connecting to that while, for example, preparing for my talks in Houston, while I was sitting there in the mess of my own life at times, and just connecting into that gratitude of being on my path, of doing, those, even the tiniest things that I would do in a day when things were heavy, to connect with that gratitude and know that this is what's creating the life that I want to live, and create from that. And I've really seen what kind of changes that can make. I've seen how many in also the spiritual community is trying to create from lack, and that does not work. It can create something and then it will just stop. So having that vision, connecting within with what you love doing, with what you really want to do, even though it doesn't look like that like at the moment or yet. The bits and pieces that are like you want it, connect to that feeling. And really, when you do something, when you prepare for something, when you're at your job or when you're with your friends, when you're connecting to new people, be in that frequency, be in that vibration, being in the feeling, in the emotion of what you want to create and what you want to be in your life. Because that's what opens doors. It is also to dare to say no to what's not aligned. It is to be really clear on what is not aligned, what is not right for you, and set those boundaries. because those two things really, they do open doors. The gratitude, it's powerful. And I think also there is a lot of, I think it's almost like having a lack mindset, even though we talk a lot about it in the spiritual community. It's almost like there's a virtue around it. Almost like it's like a connection between being in lack and being a good person, or caring for other people and being in lack. And that's just a program, you guys. So wherever you find yourself, really look at those connections in your mind, and create a couple of new neural pathways there, because we have to change that. If we are not in lack, we can create so much more change in this world. When we believe in ourselves, we can create change in this world. When we create our lives from joy, we will be in alignment. And in that we will create so much more. We will have lives we really want to live. We will have lives we won't need a break from. We will honor our own boundaries. And we will be compassionate with ourselves and with others. So I hope this can inspire you a bit. I will be back in a few days, when I've settled in a bit more and a bit less jet lagged, with some information from the channeling I did there, and some downloads that just keeps coming in now. I will be channeling a bit more in the time coming, so you will hear more channeled messages from me. I hope you guys are well. Also, I will, in the week coming, I will make a newsletter again. I'm a bit behind both with emails, so for you guys waiting for a response from me on emails, it will come the next couple of days. And I will also make a newsletter, and so there will be, below in the description box, there will be a link where you can subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already. There will be a little treat in that one. I would love to see you on the list, and also I really love reading your comments in the comment section. And I thank you for everyone both commenting, liking, and subscribing, because that helps with those algorithms, So here's some nature from Norway, the lake and the forest, and some snow. Hope you guys are well. I will see you in a few days. Bye bye.